Damn, the camera died.
What's up, guys? So I'm gonna just do a little voiceover over my brother. As you guys can see, I did my set first, but for shoulders, what I normally like to do is actually stretch for about 5 minutes. I've always had an issue with my right shoulder, and before I used to do a lot of movements where it increased the impingement, but I've been trying to take it slow and consider a good warm-up for shoulders. So just in general, shoulders, I feel like, a lot of people have problems with their shoulders, so making sure you actually take the time to warm up is awesome. So I did a couple of stretches that I didn't show in here, but for what I did show, try to warm up those the entire shoulder. And I didn't include this, but normally I don't like to start with a movement that includes my front delt, just because okay, just because they're basically overworked in comparison to your side and rear delt. So training directly, I mean, for some that are just starting off, obviously it's good to start, but you do a lot of that with any of the push movements. So my goal isn't really to be doing much pressing, but I know it's kind of a video where I start doing this that kind of contradicts what I'm saying, but I don't really like doing much of the pressing. I like to focus way more on my side delts and my rear delts, and especially for a warm-up, I try to do my side delts and rear. So for the beginning, what I ended up doing is just a little mini superset, and just to warm up my shoulders. But we did just the shoulder press, and then moved into it was a rowing machine, but you just kind of angle it towards the top third of your body as if you were doing a face pull, and just kind of squeeze. So we did that, and then we did a few sets of those just to get warmed up, and then we went to side laterals. So side laterals, key for that side delt, obviously. And this is the exercise that I had most trouble with, just because before, or when I first started training, I would do a lot of movements where I would keep my hand under my elbow. You can kind of see that my brother does that, and he likes it. I preached it a million times. My cousin does the same thing. The typical advice you get, like as if you were pouring a gallon of milk, down on the floor, is kind of what a lot of people have been telling people to do or simulate. But honestly, you want to do the total opposite. So you can kind of see me. I keep it neutral, or I try to open it a little bit more. And you honestly never want to keep your hand under your elbow. The last thing you want to do is have that angle. If you think of it this way, just put your hands out wide, and then just do the at a 90-degree angle, but pointing downwards. That's honestly terrible, because as whenever you have that angle and you move upwards, that just, that's the main cause of impingement. So try to stay away from it and just try to do kind of how I had it at a neutral grip, or open it up more so than down. And you want to keep that hand above the shoulder. Angle yourself a little bit more so you can get that side delt, but again, a lot of the issues come from people trying to pour that gallon. And then I think we did like 4 sets of those, and the main focus for me again is side delt and rear. So if you're feeling good, I would suggest doing at like four sets of around 10 to 12, just because the side, you don't need much weight, but you need more repetition for me to really gain strength and muscle mass on that side. And then we jumped into this rowing machine, but again, we actually focused on that top third, doing that face pull kind of movement. Sorry. And for these, you try to stay on that top third and then just squeeze, but using your rear delt. Try to minimize back from this movement, because obviously that's not what we're trying to work here. But it could be a tough exercise, just because that mind muscle connection has to be there with this. A lot of times your back can take over if you don't really know how to concentrate on that, but for beginners it might be a little tough. Intermediate, to people that have been doing this a lot, obviously you guys know how to trigger that, but I love it, especially after doing side laterals, or even just like something that activates the rear delt. When you start doing those, you can really feel it. So we ended up doing 3 to 4 sets on those as well, and I try to do higher reps, just because it's the same thing with the side lateral. You kind of have to hit it more, and because a lot of times it's already been a neglected muscle, it just needs that extra love. So make sure you guys give that side lateral and that rear delt some love, some much needed love, because we overlook those and we tend to focus on pushing movements and trying to grow that front delt. So and you guys are welcome, but thanks for watching. Stay tuned and see what I got to show you guys next.
Smile.
What?
Smile. Oh my God.